depending on how Alter Ego engages the fight, this Kimi will not have any presence, dude. Like the Yu-Song can just negate all participation from the Kimi by just being in between. Because with a Petrify, you're done. You get one shot, even with maybe only 1 or 2 items.
Yeah, definitely an answer to the backline of Navi right now. But it looks like the Lunox has actually been the choice of ban from Navi. Are they hinting that they're picking up something like a Baxia maybe for the jungle?
That is a possibility, right? And Alter Ego, I don't think they bite the fighter junglers. They instead ban the assassins here with the Hayabusa last ban. So Navi, technically Threadrin is still open if they really want to have a strong turtle take. They do take the Harith though.
Wait a minute.
So that's a lot of magic power coming from the Kimi, the Harith, and the Grok.
And if you look at the jungle options, there's a lot of physical damage dealers available left for Navi to round out this composition. So this is a concerning situation to be in.
I mean, right now the Fanny is still available. Threadrin is still open.
Yeah.
Alter Ego.
See though.
I think they need range, right?
I think they will get range.
Yeah, Eve, again, I think that is quite beatable. And the Hylos. So they want 4 members that can dive, but a hero that is quite stable in the back, being the Eve.
And they ban out multiple assassins and dive threats like the Esmeralda, like the Gata. So this is looking pretty okay. Navi probably needs to be the one to try and get something to sway the odds here.
Which is what? Because if they go for something like the Threadrin, he's going to be stuck in a box.
Poked heavily.
Because of the real-world manipulation, the spammability of her skills as well.
Yeah.
But they still go for the Threadrin.
Don't have a choice.
What do you think? Navi or Alter Ego based on drafts? Real quick.
Alter Ego game 1.
Alter Ego? We'll see what the casters think. Ladies and gentlemen, as we throw it over to Mirko as well as Realize.
Thank you guys, and welcome to the first day of MPL ID Season 16 playoffs. You are accompanied by me, Realize, and Mr. Mirko right there. This is the first match of the playoffs. Alter Ego against Navi. Elimination day, day number 1.
And already off to a rocky start for Navi, man. That first phase was kind of bad. They started out really good, got the foundation laid out with the Grok and the Kimi, but they greeded out on picking up the jungle. I really think the Lancelot should have came in red 3. Instead, they go Lapu Lapu. And now, yeah, the Threadrin's good, but you're up against a CC Yu-Song.
The shred is there. The damage is there. And let's see if Navi can hold themselves as to not disintegrate. This is game 1 of the first match of MPL ID Season 16 playoffs. Land of Dawn, here we go. Let's take a look at the lineups. Very strong picks coming in from Alter Ego. They're comfort picks. The Yu-Song, though, is now rising in popularity lately.
Yeah, it's been amazing, man. And you can really see the impact of it, mostly from Yu-Song users, though, right? You can't just pick it up and say, hey, it's going to work in every single matchup. But technically, if you're good at it, it will work in every single matchup. You can see already Nino will go for the time on Cars, forcing the flicker out. Now, that's of immense value. What?
Nino?
Taking 2 turret shots.
Oh.
Hey, the pressure in playoffs is different.
Yep. Emblems by Games Max. As the Yu-Song, Nino does take the QC. Hijume, though, under a bit of pressure right there. Alec will be there to help the Prio mid. So that QC will help the Yu-Song in terms of trading. But the Lapu Lapu himself is also quite strong when you want to go for that 1v1 in the lane. However, Alter Ego so far having snatched control of the early game with a 300 gold lead, dwindling down to 200. In-game equipment by Dunya Games. Not much to say, as it is still the first minute of the game. Rapid boots quickly for Afro. He will be constantly on the move as that Grok to get that Prio going, to get those skirmishes happening. And those first two objectives will be very important for both teams.
Especially for Navi. They got a utility jungle, so they can actually play for the later stage of the game here. Good wall. Mid lane Prio and Doryu and Yazuke both at level 4. It'll really come down to how these XP laners set up for their junglers. And right now, the battle spell diff. Still on cooldown for Cars, for Flicker. 45 more seconds to go. Petrify up for grabs already for Yu-Song.
Nino has level 4 as well, has the BDF to go with. Andoryu under pressure. They want to go in, BDF as well.
Straight onto Andoryu, RWM locking him down as well. That's first blood, easy peasy for Alter Ego. As expected, Bravest Spider from Cars. Not much you can do here. there's no space that they can get to Andoryu. He's dead.
Yep.
They gotta give this away. It will be a free turtle too as the horse gets beaten down.
He's completely zoned out. I mean, we talk about the nature of this Fredrin being that utility jungler, but how does he want to operate? How does he want to navigate? In a team fight, there are so many zoning tools coming in from Alter Ego. The BDF, and then you have the box coming in from Hijome as well. Alec though.
Now that's a bit sus. They win out the neutral objective, but you can't just be giving kills away to the Kimmy. Ukir, he's still a threat, man. Like, sure.
Yep.
The plan A for Navi would definitely be win out neutral objectives, get that early game, but they can still play for late game with a Harith and this Kimmy.
True that. Top predictions by GoPay though. Unanimous decision here in the English desk. All for Alter Ego. 3-1, 3-2s, and a 3-0 from you, Mirko.
Yeah, hey. You know, you never know these days if it's a mere curse or a mere bless. I just take the... It's very convenient, you know? I'll take the convenient road. If Alter Ego lose, hey, it's all planned. If Navi lose, it's also all planned.
It's all planned. The curse and the blessings coming in from Mr. Mirko right there. But so far, Alter Ego, they have their grip quite strong in the early game. And how does Navi want to, you know, try to navigate their avenues into that team fight, into that objective takes, because all the control coming in.
Oh man, that auto-targeting is a question for sure. The Mountain Shocker went over to the lower HP target. So far, the pressure playing in playoffs has gotten to both teams, man, but mainly, I think more so to Alter Ego.
Yeah.
Yazuki with a miss. Mountain Shocker, early we saw Nino taking 2 turret shots for no reason. And I think that has really halted this lead. They should have been able to at least build up a 1k gold lead by this point.
I want to talk about the 2 strong spacing tools that Alter Ego has. Number one is the Mountain Shocker, and then you can top it off with that RWM. So that's going to be very insane for Alter Ego to keep in check the fact that the Fredrin needs to walk up to take the objectives. Glowing one for Ukir. At least the Kimi is online, so they can play that front to back with the Kimi too. Especially when you have a Harith. Late game still is an option for Navi. They want to pounce around the turtle though. Andoryu is close by, forcing the flicker for Hijome.
No RWM too. Hold on a minute. Alter Ego, they thrive on early game control. Alex going in. Hijome is so far back. That's going to be Alec chunked in. No revitalized already with no glorious pathway. A big resource burnt out as Navi continue to play around the turtle here. RWM's used up. Ukir's still able to cut away now. Brave with 5 going to be used up as well in the back line. Getting the stun down as Alec gets shot down by Ukir. Cars with the dive. Under turret. Nino getting the kill onto Andoryu. But look at Nino's HP bar. Deleted by Shiva and Ukir. Now with the flicker forward as well. They're going to go for it. Apro has the tectonic charge. They won't go for a dive, but that was one hell of a win for Navi.
Feels like Natus, Vincer, or Navi are no strangers to the playoffs. We talked about them not having enough appearances in this stage, but they are able to sort out the jitters. Early game, yes, it was a very much nightmare Sive.
They're just taking every fight they see on the map. Alter Ego, we commended them for a phenomenal early game in the regular season.
Wait.
Arfi goes in for the dive as well. Hold on now! The playoff jitters! Arfi taken down by Shibe! What is going on with Alter Ego? Zero composure!
What in the holy misplace are there coming in from Alter Ego? That was Arfi, and then Alec just spamming the buttons to go in and go out. That is worrying coming in from Alter Ego. Item checks now for both teams. Hunter Strike for the Yuzong. Uh-oh. At least Hijome is gonna be fine because Alec is close by.
I gotta give props to Coach Aldo though. Because I remember talking to him after regular season, he's like, teams are going to be afraid to take fights in the playoffs. That pressure is always different. So maybe this is that vision for him. Early game, I don't think you would even think, you know? You look at the lineup, you'll be like, all right, Alter Ego's definitely got it. But if you don't go for these brawls, if you don't go for the aggressive moves, and if you've got that stage, jitters, then Navi ultimately playing the safer game, just clearing out lanes, playing for late game, is the better strat.
Yeah. Could argue that maybe game 1 would be a warm-up for Alter Ego, but they are not strangers to playoffs, even if they do boom out quite early. But Navi, man, what a debut for them. With this 5 roster that they have, after the rebrand, after the rename that they have, seems like they want to pounce even more, maximizing all their leads. Zoning out Alec, again, caught in the middle of no man's land.
That's for play with Spider, used up over to Hijome. Alec, Good flicker up from Izume. Tectonic charge. Lands on the back. Now Alec be taken low as the Black Dragon Form gets used up. And Cars is going through all of them. Still trying to go for the damage. That's a free turtle just for Cars. So again, it's Navi who get the winning trade. Now they pop into conceal. No tectonic charge. The wall comes in as well. Hijime doesn't have the flicker. Pops into RWM but gets gunned down by Ukirashibe. Constantly jumps around on the Zaman Force. And they reclaim the 2,000 gold lead.
We talked about them not having access to the objectives, but hey, if you can scale for the late game, Navi is gonna be a different monster, man. They have the Kimmy, who I believe should have the Sky Piercer too, but Sive is just a silent lion being awoken, and there goes the Sky Piercer, recently purchased by Ukir. So Alter Ego, what do they do now, right? They do have the initiation tools, and it shows to them. We have glimpses of them. If they take the fights, if they take the brawls with enough, confidence, they can win it out because they have so much control. The BDF with the RWM and the Mount Chalker too.
I agree with you. This is, in normal cases, if both teams are playing to their normal levels, it will be an Alter Ego win. But Alter Ego are playing so differently. That is a very interesting Black Dragon form there. I think they would have cleared the mid lane anyways.
Yeah.
They're shook. Realize is the term for it.
Yeah.
They're gonna go on to Andoryu at this point. Anyone up front, that's a Furious Dive used up as well, but the backliners are all still free. Alter Ego, what is this? The punish! It's all about punishing his Alter Ego. Keep on making mistakes. Cars in the back line. He has a flanker, he dives in and finishes Hijime off as the Grok will zone RP. Navi take a tier 1 for free in the mid lane.
Alter Ego are crashing down. Look at Afro going at Yazuke Cars.
That's a stun over. RP slashed down. And Shive, he might be able to go for the tier 2. Oh my lord. Tier 2 taken down by a composition that should be scaling.
Navi showing it how it's done. Alter Ego again. Seems like all their experience in the playoffs totally just simmered away for Navi as probably the newcomers in the playoffs. Seems like they have stage experience from before. And again, Navi, with the scaling that they have, this is not how you want to give away all the leads that Alter Ego has, because Navi, with that scaling composition, and now 5.5k gold lead, it's just gonna get worse for Alter Ego. I don't even see a window where they can even win.
Absolutely not. That's Cars going in without a care in the world. Tectonic charge finds Nino. The wall off. Yazuke stunned up, has the traceless. They're gonna dive in. A taunt over to Alec. But they'll take it slow. Shive pops his Mon Force. Maybe not. Maybe they'll go fast. Alex zoned away. RP as well. The Eastern Shin forced to walk back like a good boy.
Man, Navi are fully confident. And it's just not one team, Mirko. It's every individual stepping up to the plate, making plays, going in for the flicker moves, and now they want to siege into the base.
That's a taunt coming down as well. Alec already shredded. Zaman Force also. Alex is able to get away. The Lord is still very, very healthy as Nori gets a 2-man taunt, goes up to Princess Rat. Cars! Dives in, slashes him there! And it will be the Black Dragon form used defensively as he runs away. Traction Pulse not landing. RP still able to cut away. Real world manipulation. Cars!
Going on.
The Glowing Wand's taking on him, but he doesn't. Carry stays alive. And Navi took a base turret with the first Lord of the game.
Beautiful. But again, they had to lose Andoryu and Afro, but I think that's going to be okay. Because they were able to take down Yazuke and a single base turret. The inner one said that Cars will reposition up top to clear the wave and push out. He would get himself a turret for himself. The Oracle purchased this Lapu-Lapu, man. In full swing. And now how does Alter Ego want to respond to this? Because, again, it's just hard for them.
No.
Navi are very, very clever on playing this composition. Again, we talked about the nature of this being a late game scenario.
Yep.
Yes, the Fredrin does get locked up. Yes, it's going to be hard for them to fight out Alter Ego when Alter Ego wants to dive in. But I didn't even see a single dive made by the 3 masked men. They are not brave enough to take the brawls, and it's just Navi in full swing. Not stopping anytime soon, so Alter Ego, all they can do is just play defense.
Just have to do that. You know, I think the AI win probability is a bit too generous. If I was the AI, I would definitely say 99 to 1. This Alter Ego they're going to have to rely on a generational fumble. Again, they're up against a scaling comp. By all means, this should be Navi's position right now. They should be the ones down by 7K, and they would still have an angle to win because they have good clear, they have that late game later on with the Harris McKimmy. Alter Ego, they got Eve, all right. But that's it, right? Their composition really relies on getting the lead early. And the fact that Yazuka is still gone for the Hunter Strike into Endless Battle build instead of the more sustainable, safe with the War Axe against this composition is honestly quite wild. I don't know how they win this game. I think it's as good as done. Well, that's a win. That's a win. So
A little win.
Yay.
Well, Nino with the orange buff. I know you want to ask the questions, right? Is this the stage jitters coming from Alter Ego? But if you want to bring that case, Navi, man, this is their first time together.
Exactly.
In this playoff stage. So I think they have that never say die mindset going into this playoffs. Just completely, go at it. Just fully confident on what they are doing. They know and they trust each other. They have that confidence individually in every single one of them to go and make the plays happen, to go for the execution. So Alter Ego just left fully shook on what happened. And now for Alter Ego, obviously, we want to take a look at the winning conditions. We can't really see a window unless, yes, a single blunder coming in from Navi might be a place where Alter Ego can capitalize. But I think as of now, Navi are playing it disciplined, are playing it slow, they're playing it front to back, and no reckless movements coming in from them.
At this point, realize Alter Ego aren't looking for a window. They're looking for a whole gate to be open for them. Because a window, that's not enough of an entrance here for them to come back in the game. Navi pops in and conceal. They go for the traction pulse. Nino's going to be caught. Has a Furious Dive, but it's used defensively now as they dive in onto Alec in the bottom lane. Turret will be threatened. It should be a free take. Lord taking very low. Oh, Tectonic charge up to 2 now. And Doryu get a 2-man taunt as well. That's a stun over from Alec, but it's over only onto Cars. RB pops in the curtain call. That's another taunt over from Andoryu over to Nino. Immobilization not hitting. They're still able to stay alive. But it's a 9,000 gold lead, and Navi have the far lane control.
Keeping the pillars of the base intact, at least they are able to shun away Navi to ending the game because that was a real angle. The Lord was bashing on the crystal. And now Alec has to bite the bullet. Meanwhile, they prepare themselves a tri-lane push. There is a wave, a little one, up top. This is Cars with the bravest fighter. Might bit off more than it can chew. Andoryu from the back.
Yep. That's good for them. Traction pulse lands on Alec. Yazuki's trying to look for an angle here, but won't be able to find it there. Good stun over. Shiva is going to be engaged now, but he still has a Purify. Hold on now. That's Alec with a dive. Black Dragon for him as well, but Alec's going to be gunned down now as that is a Black Dragon for him all the way to the back line. Shiva with some on force. Pro dives in, finds 2, and Doryu will die. No! It doesn't matter if he dies. Ukir gets an unstoppable. Now it's RP on the yo-yos against a big man with a sword.
They want to go even deeper. The crystal wide open, bravest fighter. Hijime, what can he do?
It's a zoning ult, and all they need to do is that